let's get going. Okay. So let's see. I think I'd measured this whole area out. Oh. I need to decide what level is going to be the quote ground level end quote for this. Probably this level, but that is not at all what I wanted to place. Much better. Okay. There we go. Damn it. Stop doing that. Much better. No. Don't. Okay. Go hide out over here by the door. Stop it. Okay. Yeah, this whole thing needs to be dug out flat. Which is going to be a little unfortunate. Stop it. Move there real quick. Okay. I think... I don't know. I really don't know what level I need to dig this out to. I'm gonna dig all the gravel off first, and we'll see what that ends up being. Digging the gravel off this is gonna be a pain in the butt. Stop. Oh. Yeah, I'm tired. It wouldn't have a single thing to do with staying up and watching AF last night. That probably wasn't a good idea. And yet here we are anyway. And it also wouldn't have anything to do with having literally just woken myself up out of a nap a few minutes ago. That definitely didn't help anything. Okay. We're probably gonna need to make a couple more shovels. Okay. Can't remember if there's an enchantment that lets you work at normal speed underwater. If there is, I'd be extremely tempted to figure out a way to acquire it. Okay. Well, I guess there is, in a way. I can cast Place Door wherever I want. That is a pretty good job of it. It's not really an enchantment, though. Well, it is kind of, if you think about it. It is a permanent effect. Although it's not necessarily applied to an item. Okay. Swim around the surface and grab some of this stuff before it all despawns. None of this is particularly valuable, but might as well, you know. Okay. Alright, back down to the bottom, I guess. Ah, good. Okay, I just can't quite reach that from here. Yeah. We're gonna mine everything to at least this level, I think. That's probably the most middle of the road level to mine everything to. That level there will then have to be filled in a little bit. Probably should grab more polished diorite. Well. Whatever level I end up digging it out to, pain in the butt and a lot of work. Stop it. Damn it. It's extremely annoying when it drops you in a swimming stance when you don't want to be in it. The solution to not doing it is fairly easy. Just don't sprint. Unfortunately, if you're trying to move along slowly underneath the ground, it's surprisingly easy to accidentally sprint. That is generally a problem. Well, we got to move the door around a lot to clean this up. Hello. I got my sword, so I guess you have to wait. Sorry. Okay. Let's get rid of some of this gravel. And I guess we can put kelp in here temporarily, so I don't have to run after it. Flint goes in there. Iron sword, so we can go bonk the zombie. Yeah. There he is. Hey, you get your ass over here. I'm slightly surprised there's nobody on right now. Not really like massively surprised, just a little bit. They're probably taking a break. Which is fine, I was going to take a break too. And then I slept in really late and I was like, oh crap, what can I play that I don't have to play for a long time? Okay. Go to the comforting embrace of our friend Door. Friend Door will never let us down. He's always there to help us get our breath. Okay. No. Okay, I thought I heard a drown for a second. I don't see one on the cheetah meter in the bottom corner, so... Okay. We are mining this gravel off pretty quickly. So that's nice. Save us, Door. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to make a good Obi-Wan Kenobi joke name out of Door, but it isn't working out. Okay. Stop it. Okay, fine. There's a good old classic, there's a cave nearby noise. Okay. I guess we keep digging. No. Is that? Well, sure enough, we got some clay in here. Okay, let's go to the surface and grab our stuff. We broke our last shovel anyway. Okay. Now, since nobody's online, this would actually be prime time to use the fishing area. Oh well. You need to work on this instead. Also, fishing is not interesting to watch. I don't know if this is interesting to watch, but a literal AFK fishing area is not really what I would consider quality content. Okay. Well, let's go get some... Oh. Let's go get some more shovels. Probably need at least 2. Realistically, probably more than that. Okay, I'm finally starting to remember where I left things. I have no idea what I'm going to do with all this flint. I guess I can make a lot of arrows. Okay. Yay, more shovels. Alright, actually, I am going to go grab a bottle of water really quickly, so I will be right back. Suppose it wouldn't hurt to hit the light switch when I go by. To be perfectly honest, that's probably a large chunk of why I'm so tired, and why I napped so long. It's dark in here. Wow, that I didn't sleep long enough yesterday. But we don't talk about that. Okay. Furnace crackles. What's in the furnace? Oh, we're making glass. Okay. Also, I should refuel or refill our fuel. I definitely should have labeled these chests more clearly. I thought it was funny at the time. Okay. Now... I guess the solution is to go from this corner upwards so I don't get immediately lost and accidentally dig out too big of an area. Because that would really suck if I dug out too big of an area. A little bit too big is okay. A lot too big is definitely not okay. There's a dolphin nearby trying to make us swim faster. That unfortunately is not very useful, Mr. Dolphin. Okay. Drop it. I don't think I even tapped it. In order to sprint that time. Okay. Get over here, loot. Damn dolphin. Yeah, I need to be on the bottom. I need to get a bunch of glass and also a bunch of polished diorite and start laying out the perimeter. Keeping in mind that I've not been digging this out large enough for the perimeter. Dolphin. You are annoying. Go away. This area down here is not going to be water for long. Wonder if he's stuck. I hope not, because I don't want to have him here for long. Get out of the corner, dumbass. You're in my way. Go away, I'm not down here for you to play with. I'm trying to work. You're like a cat, but less cute and fuzzy. There are behaviors that I am willing to forgive in a cat, and not in a dolphin. Okay. Let's go stick a door over there. Dig out as much of this stuff as we can around us. I'm trying to dig down to stone all the way around because even though that might be below the level where I need to fill in before I glass the area, it will still, well, it's way easier to fill in with sand later than it is to come in and dig it all out. If that makes any sense. I would rather dig out too much and then refill. As dumb as that may sound. Okay. This isn't actually the corner. Yeah, I think this hole is being dug out to 35 by 35. But it actually needs to be 37 by 37, because that's where the outer boundaries are going to be. Like, we need space for the walls. That's something for future Milo to worry about. Okay. Getting pretty close. Oh. Okay, actually right here looks like the right corner. I've run out of doors. Guess we need to go over here then. Actually run out of doors? I had like 7 of the things. Where are they all? There's a couple. Let's go grab this one, I guess. He does need to be over here. Give on to me your dory goodness. Alright. Would have heard it drowned. Apparently not. Not unless he's being sneaky. Okay. We still have this whole... Wait, why is this mined out like that's the corner? That's not the corner. What am I doing? Well, let's grab some of this gravel up here in the surface. Although I could definitely do without some of it. That's no reason to let it despawn. Clay is always useful. Although I don't know what I'm going to do with it, if anything, ever. How did this piece get way over here? Okay, whatever. Okay, collect all this. Collect that. And that. Alrighty. Oh, there's a door. Well, I guess it's a good thing we collected all that crap. Can't be throwing the door away. I need those things. Okay, so this is the actual corner. Take out as much as we can from the door's protective embrace. Like so. We're almost done mining the gravel off the top, which is an important milestone. Then I need to figure out exactly what level everything's going to get mined to for the glass placement, which is going to determine a lot of... Well, landscaping needs to be done to bring everything to that level. So one side's going to need to be sloped down and the other side sloped up. In particular, this corner is probably going to have to be sloped inward. Gravel placed to disguise where stuff was dug out, all that fun stuff. Going to be a bit of a pain in the butt, but it has to be done. Because it doesn't have to be done. It just has to be done for my standard of the thing being finished is reached. Technically, none of this has to be done. Okay. I see. This hasn't been mined out at all. A big section's not finished. Okay, we're only about halfway done, actually. Oh. Why did I decide to do this? 35 by 35 is too big. Okay. This is definitely the kind of thing that will eventually make you question your sanity. Hello, drowned. I've hand dug quite large quarries before, all the way to bedrock. But that was eons ago, and I'm not sure what was going on back then. I think I might have been insane. I certainly had more patience than I do now. Let's see. I think we got most of that. Oh, we'll just keep mining out all the gravel. Some of this is definitely gonna get backfilled with sand. But I just want a good idea of what the contours in the bottom need to be like. And the best way to get that kind of appreciation is to have all the sand gone. Have all the sand, but have all the gravel gone. Like this corner probably needs to get built up. Which means that the glass is probably going to get placed on top of this level. Everything I'm digging out now needs to get filled in. Okay. Run for air. But obviously none of that is set in stone. Or even really properly decided on in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, that side definitely has to come down. Once all the gravel's gone, I think the next step is definitely to place the perimeter. Of polished diorite. And landscape the outside, get it all to the right level. Then cut down the high spots that are too tall. Pass it over. Well, probably fill in the low spots with sand at the same time as I'm blasting it over. Or at the same time as I'm cutting down the high spots. Something like that. Well, yeah, get a nice level surface, then glass over that level surface. And then we can go down underneath the glass and dig the whole thing out again. But much faster because no water. actually going to spend a second getting rid of this, because realistically, even if I was going to fill that in, which I don't think I'm going to, having a single stone block in the middle of it would annoy me. Okay. Stop it. And there we go. Go grab some air here in the corner. We probably should grab a door from somewhere and move it over here closer. Where where have all the doors gone? There's one. There's one, there's one, there's one. Okay, we'll grab this one. He seems like the least useful of the remaining doors. All the doors over here are going to have to be moved around anyway to accommodate digging stone out, because this upper level of stone is definitely has to go no matter what. And this medium level probably has to go as well. Okay. Yeah. Put it here. Yeah, I think this level right here is probably going to be the last level. None of that settled until I placed the diorite, but it's very likely. Looking like the largest of the flat plains, and the one that's going to require the least landscaping to get everything on grade. And raw shovels. Yay! Go collect everything off the surface. Okay. All right. It's actually going to be quite the relief when we get the glass on the top, because that's going to make everything underneath it much easier. It'll still be annoying removing whatever sand and stuff I end up putting in. Matter of fact, I probably should use cobblestone instead of sand, because I don't think there's going to be that much filling to do. And it'll be less annoying to just be able to use the same tool throughout. Okay, we need to grab more shovels. But I think this area right here is probably the only place that's actually going to need filled. The rest is going to be cutting. We'll see. Okay. I probably should grab a bunch of diorite while I'm down here. Where did I leave that stuff? There it is. I don't really have much. I don't just really have much diorite at all, do I? Okay. Well. I guess that means I need to go and acquire more diorite, which is going to involve mining, which is going to be the last thing I want to do, but oh well. Okay. Over this way. Yeah, I think filling with cobble is probably the best bet. There is a bit of dye right there. But I might want to start mining once I've got it glassed over. That'll be useful for the walls, but it won't really do anything for my for the perimeter. Okay. Can't really reach most of that. Okay, there was no trench dug up in this, across the top. I wish there was. It would make it a little easier in some ways. We just have to be careful not to dig too far. Go grab some air. This is where I really wish I had a conduit. Okay. No, stop it. Conduit would make all this much easier. Apparently, in Bedrock Edition anyway, if you have a conduit in the area, you can actually place a bed underwater and sleep in it. Which would be kind of weird. Also kind of cool, but you could make a literal submerged city. Problem is, I'm not sure if there are enough waterlogged blocks, or if enough partial blocks can be waterlogged to be able to properly live out your sunken city fantasies without any jank. Or rather, I don't know how much jank there would be. I guess most things can be waterlogged. I think doors can be waterlogged even, despite how well they serve as air bubbles. Okay. Bedrock is definitely, in a lot of ways, the superior version. If it wasn't for the fact that mods are a thing, or rather aren't a thing in Bedrock. If they could make a good moddable version of the game that was based on Bedrock, that would probably be the definitive Minecraft version. Okay, this door here needs to move. Problem is, it'd be a lot more work to make a moddable version of Minecraft that was based on the Bedrock code base. We'd have to somehow make everything scriptable. Basically, the game would have to be rewritten yet again. to have well, it would need several things. It would need a way to load clear written code that interacts with the engine at a low level. I guess if you did it in C#, wrote the rendering engine in something reasonable, and then used like C# built on top of Mono. Basically, if you built it in something like Unity, except I don't think you'd actually want to use Unity. Okay. Wow. Okay, there's no think about it. You wouldn't want to use Unity. Don't think... Pretty sure Unity wouldn't be a great choice for making a block game. And you could do it, obviously. It's just kind of... But why, though? Okay, let's move this door. Wait. Let's move this door. But you would need to have most of the code written. Well, the reason I say C# is because you would want most of the code to be written in a language that is fairly performant, but yet can be easily hooked and overridden for modding purposes. So there's a couple ways to do that. You could script it, and you'd have to script the entire game pretty much. Or you can write just the critical path, high performance rendering code in actual native whatever. C++ probably. And then write the entire rest of the remainder of the game, all the game logic, and probably the UI engine in something a little more flexible. Okay, so this area here needs to be filled. Where did that door go? Wait. That's correct. Okay, there we go. This all needs to be cut down a level. Actually needs to be cut down multiple levels. Well, we'll worry about this contouring later. This needs to be pushed out another block, I guess. Because right through here is where the diorite needs to go. I'm going to mine out these corners, put diorite in them. Oops. Like so. Okay. And then you don't actually need a door here. Diorite goes to that height. There's a drowned around here somewhere. There he is. It's actually... Well, anyway. As far as whatever language you used that critically is not native and is easily hookable, C# is a good choice because it's relatively performant. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, in a lot of ways, it's kind of like Java. But it is, well, for one thing, instead of the JVM, it uses the CLR, which is basically just the JVM, but better. And additionally, this is a bad place for this block. Oh well. It is easier to ship a copy of Mono with your game than it is to require your clients to install Java. Or just to require your clients to install Mono, for that matter. Spooky noises. You could vendor the Java binaries in the same way that you vendor the CLR. But I don't know. It just sounds like pain. Also, I'm not sure why. Java's fast. Java's powerful. Except when it comes time to actually run a Java program, that's not a simple little look how fast Java is benchmark. It always runs like crap. No, I don't really understand it either. The way it is. I don't think I've ever run a Java program that actually ran well. Whereas I've run plenty of C# programs that ran very well indeed. And that's very, very non-scientific. It's just the way it is. It makes no sense whatsoever. And yet, here we are. Okay. But anyway, one problem that Java Minecraft has is that critical path rendering code is written in Java. Which is, well, I would never advocate for writing critical path rendering code in C#, I guess. Even though I do recommend it over Java. It just doesn't make sense to have it It just doesn't make sense to write rendering code for a game in a language like that. I don't care how fancy your JIT compiler is or whatever. It's just not as good as a native compiler. There's all this stuff about how JIT compiled code is faster than native compiled code because the runtime can examine it while it runs and see, you know, make optimization decisions based on how the code's actually used versus how the compiler thinks it will be used. It's like, that is a giant load of bullshit. I don't know of a single JIT compiled language that actually makes meaningful decisions at runtime about optimization that are informed by how the code runs, except in so much as they decide whether or not they're going to compile something or not. Because there is some of that. There is some degree of just flat out, this isn't used much, we're not going to compile it kind of decision making. But that is not the kind of thing that they preach about when they talk about how wonderful JIT compiling can be. The myth of the smart compiler that will save us from all of our performance problems is exactly that. It's a myth. There is no sufficiently smart compiler that will save you from your own code. It doesn't happen. Sure, it's a great theory, but no one does it. The real world doesn't work that way. And the faster people who write languages like that realize that is the truth and embrace it, the better. Because it's not actually a problem. Sure, your language may require a sufficiently smart compiler to be as fast as C. You just need to accept that it's not going to be as fast as C, and stop trying to pretend otherwise. It's simply not going to happen. And that's okay. Anyway, this little random rant about languages brought to you by But the sooner people who use JIT compiled languages realize that they're not going to be as fast as C and stop trying to claim that they are and actually just start claiming what they actually are, which is fast enough, for most cases. It's another fine case of my hammer makes the best screwdriver in the world. No, it doesn't. Nor does your screwdriver make the best hammer. Stop pretending otherwise. Nobody believes you. Because that is quite literally what a lot of... Well, it's a trap that programming languages fall in for programming language makers fall into. Instead of trying to become the next new thing for every possible use, they just need to accept that they have a niche that they are good at, and that's just what they're for. That's another reason why things like Circuit Python annoy me. It's like, but why? Why are you doing that? Why are you hurting yourself? Hello, Sealith. Are we railing against using Java for something? Yes, yes we are. I'm complaining that what Java Minecraft really needs to be is something more like Unity Minecraft, except not actually using Unity. It needs to have a proper... Well, the rendering code really should be written in something a little bit more designed for that kind of performance critical task. And the... it just needs to use preferably something that is not Java and is more easily embedded than Java is. Like, for example, Mono, aka C# by way of the Mono libraries. Oh, I need a door over here. The reason why they coded it in Java is because Notch is a big Java fan. And that is literally all that it comes down to. Notch had written several games before he got the Minecraft, or, you know, several, I don't know if I'd really call them games. They were kind of toys, which I guess games, toys. Various game jam games and stuff like that. And they were all written in Java. The guy was just a massive Java fan, and, well, I guess he wrote Java for work, too, or something. And so he wrote everything in Java. You can do that. You just need to accept that, at the end of the day, you're making bad choices every time you do that. Which I guess I shouldn't talk too loud, because I write a lot of stuff in Go that probably shouldn't be written in Go. You're surprised there hasn't been a remake in Unreal or something? Have you heard of Bedrock Edition? Because Bedrock is quite literally a rewrite of the game from ground up in you could C++, something like that. Because yeah, Bedrock is pretty much literally exactly that. And if it wasn't for, I said this earlier, but if it wasn't for the fact that Bedrock doesn't have modding, or at least not very well, I guess you can make resource packs, but they don't really count. If it wasn't for mods, Bedrock would be the version of Minecraft to play. Because it just runs better. Performs way better. Also, it has some cool features that Java Edition doesn't have. Like, for example, you can push block entities, like furnaces and stuff with pistons. I don't know why Java Edition doesn't have that. There's no reason. There's no reason it shouldn't. It just doesn't. Yeah. Bedrock is what used to be known as the Windows 10 edition. It's also the version that runs on consoles and stuff. It is subtly different in mechanics than Java Edition. Enough so that complicated redstone contraptions aren't shared across the two usually. Some will work in both, but redstone works slightly differently in Bedrock than it does in Java. A lot of stuff breaks. Neither of them is really better in that way. They both have their pluses and minuses. But, yeah, Bedrock runs way better. But anyway. So what I was saying earlier is what they really should have done, if they cared about modding, which they, I mean, obviously don't, is Bedrock should have been made so that all the performance critical code was written in C++ like it is now, but the game code, the actual game logic code, should have been scripted in C#. Basically the way that Unity uses C# for scripting via Mono. Well, really, it shouldn't have been like C#. It should have been just any old mono, or not mono, but any CLR language with the default probably being C# for this case, because it makes the most sense. But anyway, Mono is a C# runtime that runs on non-Windows stuff. Although .NET Core would serve the same purpose if it was Microsoft making it. Which, I mean, obviously it would be. So it'd probably use .NET Core. But basically you would just hook the .NET code from the C++ code. And you would have something that the rendering is done very quickly with the best language for the choice, the best language choice for the job. And the game code would be in a fast enough language that you could then hook using the facilities that CLR languages have for that kind of thing. And you would end up with something that's extremely moddable, but also very fast. It wouldn't be quite as fast as what it is with everything being written in C++, but it would still be moddable. So kind of a best of both worlds. Oh, Nova. Started the split plot and doubling back to get the split not died. Z0i and 2K got effed up by your fleet. It's always fun when an eye shows up when you're prepared. When you're not prepared, it's exciting? I don't know if I'd call it fun, though. Depends on how much you like Desperate Struggle. When you're prepared, it's certainly fun. But anyway, I should probably stop ranting about poor choices made many years ago that are effectively irreversible by this point. Oh, we do have another shovel. Okay. That's a door. That's not what I wanted to place there. Okay. Basically, Unity, in my opinion, has the right idea when it comes to game engine layout. Unreal is a little more performant, but it's also a little harder to mod. It's still very moddable. Unity's a little easier to make, like, really crazy stuff with. Yeah, I read it. Hello, Nova, if you missed me saying it earlier. Sorry, you got a bit of Twitch lag. I was saying that eyes are some of the most fun things that can happen to your fleet when you're prepared. Although they're very much the opposite when you're not prepared. Okay, let's move this door down a little bit. Okay, Like that. Anyway. That is one of the benefits of having one of the big name game engines that I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't really appreciate, is that because of how they're designed to be at least somewhat scriptable, they are tend to be very moddable. Or the games made with them tend to be quite moddable using standard, well-known tools, which for a lot of game devs isn't even a consideration, but still a nice feature. Who will win? Holy Order of the Pyramid and Pyramid together or Terran? That's a good question. The Terran have a pretty fancy navy. But 2 other factions against 1? I guess it depends on how many Asgards would show up. I was going to play X4 today, but I slept in. More specifically, I was like, oh, I'll take a little nap. Well, okay, I didn't make a rational decision to make a nap. I just kind of leaned back in my chair and took a nap. And then suddenly it was 9 o'clock. And for games like X4, I prefer to have some time free to actually play them before it's time to quit. Speaking of which, it's 10:30 already. I think I'll go a little late, but not too late, because I need to go home and sleep. This is probably going to be a, well, there's no probably about it. This is going to be a fairly short stream tonight. Largely because of poor life choices made yesterday. Namely staying up till like 4 or 5 in the morning watching AF. Not 2 factions, but Tri has both Paranid and Holy Order Paranid systems. Okay, Tri. I don't recognize that. Don't recognize that identifier. Poor life choices, you're familiar with those? Af is like, Milo, what are you still doing awake? I don't know. But here I am. Oh, it's part of the Pyramid plot line. Okay. I have not played that yet, so I guess I'll have to play it at some point and find out what goes on. Okay. Get this mined out. We are really close to getting the outer perimeter at least basic sculpted into shape. So that's nice. Okay. Like so, I guess. Yeah. So there's that. money. Big warning, you need like 1.5 billion. It sounds like a lot of money. I think the most I've ever had in one place at one time was like 400 or 500 million. And then it was promptly immediately spent on big ticket items I needed. Okay, we're probably about halfway done with the perimeter now. That's pretty good. Okay. So that goes there. Do I have another pickaxe? No, I don't. Okay, well, we need to go get one of those then. Let's grab the stuff off the surface and then... So what is this for? This is going to be the Arboretum. A giant 35, I think it was, by 35? Yeah, 35 by 35. Underwater room that is going to house a small forest, a little hill with a mountain and a waterfall and a whole bunch of stuff. Actually, I'm gonna get back over here and get down to grab a new... Oh, hello. Please? No, I'm gonna die. Ah. Okay, well that sucked. Let's go get my gear. Preferably without getting killed again. Apparently everything scattered to the 50 bazillion winds. Oh, no you don't. Listen here, you bastard. Oh, shit. No! I'm gonna die again. At least I can have hopefully some of this stuff gathered together into one area. Damn it. Okay, we're dead. Like 1,000,000%. I don't want to leave the area to have all my stuff. Once I get my stuff all in my inventory and in a safe area, I will load into creative and show the build off. See if he can... Look at that bastard, he just doesn't give up. Okay. I think I have everything now. Okay, we're not going to use that entrance again. Killing those things is non-trivial. That I think is a problem for future Milo to solve. Let's go to creative and have a look at this build. It's a really cool build. Obviously, this is the creative world version of it, which is not underwater or any of that stuff, but this is the basic floor plan. The trees will probably be a little different in the final one, but this is the basic idea. Put a few sheep, probably a couple cows in this here, maybe a chicken or two. River with salmon in it. That rabbit just kind of spawned there. Hopefully this is greener, but I'm not sure what color grass is underneath the ocean. Little pond with some lily pads, little waterfall. Little cave here. Yeah. So this is the idea. Obviously, all around it, gonna have tall walls all the way up to the top, and then it'll have a glass ceiling. Pretty much exactly like this farm here has, except of course bigger. And I'm gonna do the same thing I did to the farm. Scatter lumps of gravel around the surface and then cover the thing over with plants of various kinds. Yeah. Be well lit down here in the bottom. Up against the glass, I don't know if I'm gonna hang... I think I might do what I did like over here and hang lanterns every so far from the top so that it's well lit at both the top and the bottom. Yeah, this is the basic idea. It'll definitely... This is that... Well, these doors are already dug out. But this is the main... the stand-in for the main downstairs room in my base. So like over there would be the glass wall looking out into the chasm. This is hollow simply because I was too lazy to fill it in, not because the final one's actually going to be hollow. Although it will have this fake cave. I might plant more trees along the back here to help hide the wall when you're looking through. And do the same over here maybe or something. I'm not sure but there wouldn't be any real way to hide the wall on most of this side. Like it back there. I'm pretty proud of how this worked out. The way I placed the trees and the way I snaked the water course here to hide the fact that it just dead ends into the wall. Also, these damn fish, they want to congregate in little groups and don't not swim around evenly. I'd prefer they were swimming around in here, but they don't appear to like doing that. Anyway. Let's go back to multiplayer. So that's what we're trying to do. It's going to take a little bit of work. Because it is a quite large room. And it needs to be dug all the way from this height to the surface. Or, to, not surface, but to the bottom of the ocean level where we were working. Alright, let's just keep getting rid of stuff. Kelp we were temporarily putting over here in the plant chest. Polished diorite. More of that's good. We need lots of it. Granite, I don't need or want in here. Put that in the stone chest. Clay ball. I suppose the clay ball can go into the soil chest. I don't know where else to do with it. This can go in the mob chest. We're out of pickaxes. Probably should make a couple more. Yeah, that's good. Oh. There we go. Okay. I should repair this helmet, because it is very precious to me. Boom. Yay! Repaired golden helmet. I guess I am the only person on the server. There's no reason I can't sleep. I think I'm still the only person on the server. Yeah. So. I don't see the bastard. Maybe he despawned. That would be a happy thought. Yeah, I don't see him. Okay, so we'll continue working on the perimeter. Okay. Mine this out. Definitely. Normal drowned aren't a problem, but those bastards with the tridents. I should have stopped trying to get into that gap there and just swam over to one of the other entrances as soon as he started throwing at me. It would have been much safer for everyone involved. Except him. It wouldn't have worked out for him. Which is fine. Nobody cares about drowned rights around here. Okay. Oh, there's a drowned. He doesn't appear to have the jabbing stick, so I don't really care what he thinks. Go away. Okay. Let's move this door. Once I get this glassed over, all this is going to be like a million times better. So when it's all glassed over, we no longer will have to worry about what drowned think. Or water in general. There'll be a bit of work before we get to that point, though. Just a little bit. Placing all the glass is one thing. That's the easy part. The hard and annoying part is going to be digging out the stone I'm standing on right now. Because it all needs to go down, be flush with that big plane out there. So this whole slice right here needs to go. Oh. Oh, shit. No, that's wrong. Okay. Trying to contour the outer edge at the same time as I'm okay. The seafloor needs to slope up or down, depending. Be flush with the outer perimeter. That way the whole thing looks better. Oh. Thought there was a hole over here. It's just a door. Okay. I don't know, but I think I'm gonna fill this in. Yeah. Okay. There we go. This needs to get dug out. And this needs to get dug out. Actually, these should have been dug out as well, but I didn't. Let's correct that oversight right now. Here comes another drowned. At least he doesn't have a trident. Oh. It looks like Af is starting stream. And according to his title, he's going to be playing Minecraft too. That's good. It means I can dump you onto somebody who's playing on the same server here in a minute when I go offline. Because it is almost 11 o'clock. I probably should end stream soon. I don't know if you guys enjoy AF or not, but I guess if you don't, tough. You need a door that can just dry out when underwater and have an air-filled dry spot appear. Yeah, I'm not sure what I would use it if I had a magic dry spot door. I'm not sure what I would use it for in real life. It probably wouldn't save you from getting bent. But depending on if the air I guess as long as the air never got stale, it wouldn't matter. Because you could just decompress for as long as needed. You would still need solid ground to place the door on, though. Strange and weird considerations, I guess. I really thought about it too much. Okay, so let's mine this all down a level. Okay. So, how do you survive under the water? I use the door enchantment. You are about to drown. What do you do? I cast door. It's a magic door, just go with it. Okay. Oh, uh-oh. There's Bo. Everything's gonna go to shit now. Well, not really. Bo's a cool guy. And there's Af. Now everything is gonna go to shit. Oh, hey. Copper ingot. Never say no to copper. Even though I don't really have anything I want to do with copper at the moment. I think I've completed everything around here that I want to that uses copper. Okay, so this hole needs to get filled in. I'm filling with cobble instead of sand because that makes it much easier to dig it out with just one tool instead of having to switch tool all the time. Yes, I can be that lazy sometimes. Copper floats, okay. I guess it's a magic copper bar, just go with it. What floats and what doesn't float in this game? Actually, I'm not sure if there's anything that doesn't float eventually, but it is very odd. Very odd. Okay. Yeah, that was too good of a joke to pass up. Okay. Like that. One of these days, I'm going to need to do a Steam Deck test stream. To test streaming on the Steam Deck. Make sure it's going to work. Because the date of the business trip is firming up. And that also means the date on which I'm not... Give me a second here. I need to turn Af down. He's too loud. There. Shut up, Af. Okay. The date of the business trip is firming up, which also means the date in which I'm not going to have a PC that's not my Steam Deck is also firming up. And so if there's any streams that are going to happen over that week or so, which could be longer, I'm not sure exactly on the timing, to be honest. It's going to have to be done on the Steam Deck, and that might create problems. So I need to stop screwing around, install OBS, and see just how much power it takes off the poor thing to engage in such an unintended activity. I'm pretty sure it wasn't designed to play games and stream at the same time. But I'm also pretty sure that as long as I pick what games I play carefully, I will still be able to continue to put out some form of content. Whether or not that content is interesting or bears any resemblance to anything I've done previously will be a completely different story. I might be playing some very weird games that week. But we'll see. I was playing Skyrim on deck some, and that worked pretty well. The question is if the performance would hold up while I'm also streaming it. Because that would be an interesting choice if the answer is yes. Not sure if I actually want to play Skyrim, though, on stream. That's the kind of game that I've pretty near played out in the past, and therefore I'm subject to sudden boredom. And while something like Factorio would definitely be playable, probably, as long as I had a smallish factory. Hello, Red Wolf. What is up is that I am digging in Minecraft while talking about the near future in which I'm not going to have my big fancy gaming PC around for a week or so. And what kind of games I could play on stream that could be played on a Steam Deck at the same time as said Steam Deck is also streaming. That's going to be a very interesting set of experiments, let's put it that way. I need to get everything all lined up and pick a day to do it on. Because obviously it's kind of hard to test streaming performance when you're not actually, you know, streaming. What am I building? I'm building an arboretum. So it's going to be a large 35 by 35 room with trees, a small pond, a little stream, a bit of a hill, a fake cave kind of thing, and a path that goes in a circle around from, it'll go from there and kind of in a circle and then back in to another door. I'll show the build off in a minute here. I want to finish digging out this last little bit of stone, then I'll show the build off, and then I'll probably send you guys over to CAF because it is getting late. I just really want to get this level done so I can start glassing next time. But it's going to have a glass roof and be sunk into the ground. Oh, probably 15 or so blocks from here. It's going to definitely add to my, well, it's going to add to the whole underwater base thing in a very interesting way. Okay. Over here. And thankfully I had another pickaxe. Go away, dolphin. I don't need your assistance. You're just gonna get in the way. This is almost done being dug out. Tell you what, if a magic door like this was a thing in real life, it would revolutionize things like underwater welding. Not that it's particularly hard to do, you know, to weld underwater. That part's not hard. The hard part is just working underwater to... Well, I shouldn't say it's not hard. It's, you can weld underwater without a whole lot of very specialized gear for the actual welding part. It's the, just generally working underwater that sucks. Not that I'm an expert in underwater welding or anything, thankfully. Well, not thankfully, because I'd be making a lot more money than I am making if I was an expert at underwater welding. Get away from that, you bastard. I wonder if stuff hasn't all went to the surface yet. The dolphins are here. Making their standard mess. Okay, so that's all dug out. It just needs to be glassed over. I'm going to collect this crap floating around the surface here, including a door, apparently. And then we're going to do a quick look at the top of the farm. And then we'll switch over to creative mode and look at the actual build. And the reason we're going to go look at the top of the farm is because this is basically going to get the same treatment as the top of the farm did, but of course much larger. Also, this here needs to have some more gravel placed around it. You're about to rebuild a couple of auto farms you have in your base? I don't currently have any auto farms in here. I probably should build some, though. Okay, let's stop and grab air here at the main entrance. Well, looks like the copper's coming along well. Well, that's not quite true. I do have one auto farm. There's an AFK fish farm down there. Okay. This here is my current farming setup. And the way the glass is, where it's got scattered gravel across the top and plants and stuff, this is going to be the same way as the glass on top of that thing over there is going to be. Just, you know, a larger footprint. But this here is the basic idea. And obviously it's going to be a bigger room too. Well, not just bigger in footprint, but bigger as in deeper. But this is the basic idea. Also, I think I'm going to do that lanterns hanging from the ceiling thing again. Because that'll make it shine nice and bright from below. In addition to lights that are placed on the floor. Okay, so let's go to the single player. As far as the actual floor plan goes, this is the basic idea right here. This is a room, or stand-in for a room inside the base that's already dug out. It'll have these 2 entrances. One of them will lead through this fake cave. Nice little hill here, waterfall, little pond. Follow this around. I'm gonna keep some animals in this corner here just because I kind of need a place where I can keep some sheep and a couple cows. Little bridge. I'm not terribly happy with this bridge. It's the best I've managed to build for such a small bridge, but I liked the version that used fences even less, so. Anyway, fish. Shallow little brook going through here. Disappears behind the trees and kind of dead ends against the wall. Kind of a little meadow here. I might plant some more trees along here. Let the sea. And then it comes around the corner of this little hill and back out into here. And then up around here somewhere will be the glass ceiling. The bottom will be lit with torches about like this, just kind of randomly scattered around, to provide more of a somebody lit up the outside of their base kind of look. The top will be lit with lanterns hanging from the ceiling with chains so that it shines brightly from above. But yeah. I'm extremely proud of this little build. I mean, it's not a complicated build or anything, but I think it's together with the rest of the underwater base, it's going to look awesome. This was the test build for my the entrance, showing where the conduits can be placed above it when eventually I get the stuff to make a conduit. I have some of the stuff I need. I just need to get the remaining shells and the prismarine. But anyway, got a few other test builds around here. Like here's the farm test build. But anyway, for now, I'm going to send you guys over to Af. He is also playing Minecraft, and he is playing on the same server that I was just playing on. It's actually his server. Tomorrow, I would really like to play some X4. I was going to play X4 today, but then I started napping and didn't get up until late. So when I play X4, I prefer to have a little more time to do it in. But anyway. I just mangled that terribly. There we go. Almost mangled it again. All right. So I will see you all later, specifically and hopefully tomorrow. Until then, I hope you have fun over at Af's stream. Yeah. I hope y'all have an awesome night. And goodbye.